Okay, hopefully this will save other people grief at some point later. After half an hour of looking on the internet, maybe a bit longer, trying to look at all the various standards of piddly little bloody cards like this, MSATA, microSATA, USATA, PSATA, I don't know, there seem to be way too many standards that are all around about the same form factor. In quick succession from each other as well. So, I mean, I made the mistake of imagining that MSATA and microSATA were the same thing. I don't know why the SATA standards body created a standard called MSATA and then another standard called microSATA. I mean, that is a bit mental. So it looks like what's gone on here is that this is a standard MSATA and this is a microSATA, which is this style. Let's see if we can see that. That style, that's a microSATA apparently, to standard SATA. So now I have to buy another adapter. Luckily, through the magic of eBay, I managed to get this adapter for £2. So if I bought it on Amazon, I mean, you can find other adapters on Amazon doing the same thing for sort of, £9. You can even spend up to £20 buying an adapter like this. Something with a bit of flesh around it and a board and a bit of a case or something. But it's just mental. It is just mental. And there's such close form factors. I mean, that's what gets me about this, is that they're probably similar pin counts. I think this is is this 18 pin? Maybe this is less. I don't know. Maybe it's like, it kind of looks about, I don't know how many pins that is, but it looks like similar pin count, similar form factor, just really close to each other looking. I just, aggravating. So there we go. Inside the Surface Pro, I think this is an MSATA, and that's what's inside it, which is a standard. I'll give Microsoft their point there. Completely inaccessible MSATA drive in there, which, I mean, why aren't these things slottable in from the side of the device? Why can't you just plug and unplug them, Oh no, it'd be security. We've got to tuck it underneath here, behind several ribbled cables, so that there's no way of accessing it. I mean, they could have even made it so that they just rerouted this cable a different way and put a little panel on the back of the device so that you could unscrew it and replace the MSATA drive. But they can't do that, can they? Because no. It's like a phone, isn't it now? Laptops are going to become like phones, You have to buy it with the storage you want at the beginning because everything's sealed in, hemmed in. Jesus Christ, such evil crap. And so now I've got to go and look for another adapter. So I'll have to put this in my collection of parts. See, even this one doesn't say on it, even in the listing, I'm not sure it listed it as microSATA. I think it just said 1.8-inch SATA to SATA. In fact, actually, I think the thing that's confusing is I think the listing on eBay said MSATA on it. And this isn't MSATA, that's microSATA. So I think even the people selling this stuff, you're selling something like this, a little doodad for like £2, and you haven't probably even got the time before listing it to really get to the nth degree and establish exactly what you're selling. So you're like, oh, it's microSATA, MSATA, it must be the same thing. Apparently, microSATA and MSATA are not the same thing. So presumably they put on their listing MSATA thinking MSATA was the same as microSATA. It's all standards, isn't it? It's fine. And but no. So I'm going to check their listing. If their listing says MSATA on it, I'm going to have to reply to them and say you sold me microSATA, and this isn't MSATA as your listing stated. I don't know, just more boring shit. Yeah, there was another guy on YouTube, I think Spanish guy. He's got some video, Javiga Fas or something. I think he showed the various form factors. I mean, to be honest with you, there's very little videos about this stuff. So now I've got to send off for another adapter. I was also hearing of somebody who lives in Vietnam who sent off for an adapter and it arrived 2 months later or something. And they also had the exact same problem. They got the wrong style of adapter. They'd got it microSATA when they wanted MSATA or vice versa. So another project where I've got this machine completely apart and I can't test it. So now, do I have to screw the entire thing back together? I think I will do, because it's the only way to safely store the screws, and I know which length screws go in where, so I think I better put it back together before I do anything else, and then maybe I'll keep this heap of shit out and I'll get another adapter and test it. I don't know. There's nice little batteries in here. I mean, the idea that all this has to just be thrown in a landfill because this stopped being recognised by the machine and was completely inaccessible. And then in order to get it out, I had to destroy these connectors on here, got damaged. So, you know, just two of them because the glue just, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, the whole thing just becomes useless. I mean, the thing was useless beforehand anyway because I couldn't reinstall. I downloaded the very necessary special, you know, special version of Windows 8 that you put on a USB stick and you spend time making that so that you can then boot it up. And I got it to boot up and go through the install thing. It just wouldn't see this to install Windows on it, so I couldn't reset the machine. Microsoft. Really, get a grip. I doubt the Surface Pro 4s and 5s have got much better repairability than this anyway. It's rather interesting, this kind of stuff here. I thought this was like burn marks initially, but don't think so. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's just where the spray didn't reach. I think they only sprayed certain areas. I don't know. I think it's plastic underneath is this colour or something. I don't know. It's all very peculiar. So more adapters to buy. So I hope this helps somebody else. Yeah, don't get confused and imagine that microSATA and MSATA are the same thing. They're not. Somebody needs to do a great video on exactly all the differences between all these really close, similar standards, which are not the same. All right. Good luck with your crappy Surface Pro as well. All right. Bye-bye.